Hello everybody, my name is Davis and welcome back to the video, and today we're here for your final winter forecast for 2023 to 2024, where we will be breaking down what weather conditions you can expect for the months of December, January, and February. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to be looking at the Climate Prediction Center's temperature outlook for these months, and then also the precipitation outlook. So we're going to start off with the temperature outlook here, where we do have an area down here in portions of the southwestern United States that's going to have a 33 to 40% chance to see normal temperatures in the lightest shade of gray, right? So that means you're likely not going to see any major temperature swings. I mean, one way or another. It's not going to be very warmer than average. It's not going to be super cooler than average. It's likely just going to be about average. And then we have a shade of gray that's even darker than that. Inside of that, that's going to be your 40 to 50% chance to see normal temperatures, right? That's where you're really not going to see any crazy days, right? And obviously, you'll still have some here and there, but it's not like every day is going to be negative 50, but also not every day is going to be 150. You know, it's just going to be pretty much average right down the middle in that area, right? So we have the lightest shade of orange here, right? This extends from North Carolina back down into California here. Okay, that's going to be your area that has a 33 to 40% chance to see above average temperatures. You could possibly see a slight difference, maybe 1 to 2 degrees above average most days, but overall not a huge temperature swing. It just could happen, you know. And then we have that medium orange color that extends from California here back over into the Delmarva Peninsula. And once again, you know, it's just like you could possibly see some above average temperatures with this one, maybe a noticeable difference, but overall it's not going to be too crazy. It's once we get into the color even darker than that, the two darker oranges that we have one in the northwest and one in the northeast. Those are the areas that you're really going to start to see those temperatures be above average. Likely so a little bit less snowfall this winter than average. As we are entering an El Nino pattern, these areas are very likely to see above average temperatures. Okay, so just based off the history, you guys are likely going to be pretty above average temperature wise this winter, but I'm sure you guys are still going to get a lot of snowfall just because you guys naturally do anyway. These areas get like the most snow anywhere in the country, you know. So yeah, that's your temperature outlook. Let's go ahead and move on to the precipitation outlook here. If I go ahead and move my camera, we can reveal that, and we can see a lot of stuff going on here. Okay, so we're going to start off with the above average precipitation zones. We're going to start off with the lightest shade of green. All right, this is the one that's going to extend from New Hampshire back all the way over to Oregon, right? That's going to be your area that has a 33 to 40% chance to see above average precipitation. It is possible that you could see above average precipitation in that zone, maybe a little bit more rain, a little bit more snow, but overall not very noticeable. It's once we get into that next shade of green, you could start to see a slight change, right? We have two of those. One of them is going to be over here on the west coast for like California and Nevada, and then the other one's going to be over here extending from East Texas back up into portions of the Delmarva Peninsula. Okay, those are going to be your areas that have a 40 to 50% chance to see above average precipitation. So you could see quite a bit more rainfall this year or this winter. I'm hesitant to say snowfall because usually you guys aren't going to really see that much snowfall for this time of year during an El Nino pattern, but it is possible. Okay, so keep that in mind. And then we've got that limeish green color here extending from southeast Texas back up into portions of Virginia. You're really going to start to see some noticeable above average precipitation likely, as you have a 50 to 60% chance to see that in that area, so look out for that. But then we have a shade of green even darker than that. This extends from Louisiana all the way back up into portions of southeastern Virginia. That's going to be your area that has a 60 to 70% chance to see above average precipitation this winter. Lots more rainfall than usual. It's very rare that they issue an above average precipitation zone this large for an entire seasonal outlook, right? Usually those are isolated to the 6 to 10 day outlooks and the 8 to 14 day outlooks, but no, they went for it. In a full-on seasonal precipitation outlook, they gave the deep south Dixie Alley area back up into the Cumberland Plateau a 60 to 70% chance to see above average precipitation this winter. So be looking out for lots more rainfall, maybe a little bit of that white powdery stuff, you know, the snow. But yeah, that's our above average precipitation zone. We do have an area that has below average chances to see precipitation in the lightest shade of brown extending from western New York back up into northeastern Washington. You have a 33 to 40% chance to see below average precipitation this this winter. Again, not really noticeable difference. It's once we get into the darker shade of brown here, we have two of them. One of them is going to be centered over Montana and North Dakota. The other around the Great Lakes area, specifically Michigan. Those are your areas that have a 40 to 50% chance to see below average precipitation. And yeah, you could probably notice by that point, you're going to see quite a bit less snowfall this year. But don't worry, if you're a snow lover, you're obviously still going to see a lot because these areas get so much snow anyway. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know if you want more stuff like this in the future. I will be doing a Christmas forecast pretty soon. But yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.